Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 15-Minute English Podcast. My name is Emma, and I'm very happy you're here today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. If you are listening to this podcast, it probably means you want to improve your English.
Today, we are going to talk about a problem that many English learners experience. It is something we hear from students all the time.
Yes, and the problem is simple but frustrating. Many people say, I understand English, but I can't speak it.
Maybe this has happened to you. You watch videos in English and you understand most of what people say.
You listen to podcasts and conversations, and everything seems clear when you are just listening.
But then something interesting happens when it is your turn to speak.
Your brain suddenly feels empty. The words disappear, and you don't know what to say.
Many students tell me that they feel nervous in that moment. They start thinking about grammar rules.
Or they start translating every sentence from their native language into English.
And that makes the situation even more stressful.
Exactly. Because speaking a language requires speed and confidence.
But here is something important to understand. This problem is actually a normal stage of learning a language.
Yes. Understanding a language and speaking a language are two completely different skills.
Listening is what we call a passive skill. Your brain is receiving information.
Speaking is an active skill. Your brain has to create sentences in real time.
And that takes practice, a lot of practice.
Think about how children learn their first language. They listen to their parents, their family, and the people around them.
Before children speak, they listen for months or even years. Slowly, their brain begins to understand patterns and sounds. Adults learning English often go through the same process.
First, they understand more and more English.
But speaking takes a little longer because it requires confidence. Let me ask you something, Alex. If someone wants to get stronger physically, what do they do?
Well, they usually go to the gym and start training their muscles.
Exactly. But imagine someone who only watches workout videos every day.
They learn about exercise, but they never actually exercise.
Would that person get stronger?
Probably not. Because watching exercise is not the same as doing exercise.
And speaking English works in exactly the same way.
You can listen to English every day, but if you never speak, your speaking skills will not grow.
So what can learners do to improve their speaking?
One simple strategy is speaking out loud, even when you are alone.
For example, you can describe what you are doing during the day.
You might say something like, I am making breakfast, or I am walking to work.
These sentences may seem simple, but they are very powerful.
Yes, because they train your brain to produce English naturally.
Another useful technique is repeating sentences that you hear. You listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately.
This technique is called shadowing. This helps connect listening and speaking in your brain.
Over time, you will notice that speaking becomes easier.
And you will start thinking less about grammar.
Instead, your brain will start thinking directly in English.
And that is a big moment for language learners.
So if you understand English but can't speak it yet, don't feel discouraged. Your brain is learning the language step by step. Start with small sentences and simple conversations.
Now it is time to practice speaking a little more every day. And remember that mistakes are part of the learning process.
The more you practice, the more natural English will feel. And something important to remember is that progress in language learning is often slow at the beginning.
Yes, Sometimes learners feel like they are not improving, even when they actually are.
For example, you might understand more and more English every week, but because speaking is still difficult, you feel frustrated.
But understanding more English is already a big sign that your brain is learning.
And when you keep listening and practicing, your speaking ability will eventually catch up.
Exactly. Language learning is like building a bridge between understanding and speaking.
At first, the bridge is small, but every day you add another piece. Another helpful idea is to practice speaking in a relaxed environment.
Yes, you don't always need a classroom or a teacher to practice.
You can practice with friends, language partners, or even by talking to yourself.
Talking to yourself may sound funny, but it is actually a powerful learning technique.
For example, you can describe what you see around you right now.
You could say things like, I am sitting in my room, I am listening to a podcast, or I am practicing my English.
These small exercises help your brain become comfortable with producing English.
And the more comfortable you feel, the easier speaking becomes.
Confidence grows step by step.
And every small conversation helps you improve.
So if you sometimes feel nervous about speaking English, remember that this feeling is normal. The important thing is to stay patient and keep practicing.
Even a few minutes of speaking practice every day can make a big difference over time.
And the more you use English in real situations, the more natural it will feel. Thank you for listening to the 15-Minute English podcast.
And we will see you in the next episode.